station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Half a day, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of our listeners and viewers here on INCRadio Micronesia. My name is Sister Randy from the local congregation of Machanao, and tonight we have a very special and timely topic prepared for everyone. And the title of our topic tonight is the importance of gratitude. And our guest this evening will discuss reasons why it is important to express and to practice gratitude. But before we continue with that and with our discussion, I would like everyone to please put their hands together. Just kidding. For my co host joining us tonight, if she can just introduce herself.
Half a day, everyone, wherever you are tuning in from. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Sister Anne from the local congregation of Machanao, and I will be one of your multimedia officers who will be helping in different segments of this broadcast tonight. I hope everyone is excited to learn more about the importance of gratitude for our topic because this is something that we can truly use in the way we live our everyday lives. Now, if you are new to our broadcast, here is how you can support us.
Hello, Team Live Chat! We love hearing from you, but we want to know, where are you tuning in from?
Have you heard about our hashtag challenge?
That's right! Don't forget to hashtag your local congregation in the comments down below.
Not only that, hashtag your CFO too.
And at the end of the show, find out who won our hashtag challenge.
Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the show.
To everyone viewing, those are some ways you can support our broadcast, so please continue engaging with us in the comments below.
Thank you so much, Ate Anne. And again, we hope that everyone continues to engage and join us in our discussion, which once again, our topic for tonight is the importance of gratitude. But before we proceed with our discussion, we wanted our guest to introduce herself. She's a very familiar face here on INCRadio. So, Ate, if you can introduce yourself to our listeners and viewers.
Hello po everyone. I am so glad to be back. And nice. Oh, I haven't seen you guys' faces in a long time. But yes, hello everyone to those who I am new to. I am Sister Krisha Rodriguez from the local congregation of Culberville, island of Saipan.
Thank you, Sister Krisha. So, as we talk about the importance of gratitude, right? Maybe many things might come to our mind, even just like the simplest thing of saying like, thank you, right? I think that's what comes to everyone's mind when we talk about gratitude. But like let's discuss further. What the importance of gratitude, like why is it so important? So, but before we like dive into more details about that, Ate Krisha, if you can tell us, what are some ways that you show gratitude, whether to your friends or classmates or even your coworkers? What are some ways that you show your gratitude towards them?
Okay, so for my friends, I usually, check on them. I message how they are. And of course, when we start talking to each other, of course, we give each other life updates, right? And one way I show gratitude is following up with them. Like, for example, like Sister Randy, right? We were talking about these employments we've had, um, applying in jobs and different jobs. And so I show her my gratitude by asking her, oh, so what's the update with your job application and stuff like that. And then, especially with my friends in the church, if I know that we have activities and they are responsible for a certain task, I will ask if they need help. And then maybe for my classmates, I graduated a long time ago, but I remember that if one of my classmates is absent, of course, I will share them my notes and give them any updates or tips regarding like our homework or our upcoming projects. And then coworker, right? You mentioned. Okay, yeah. So in my workplace, there's a certain routine when it comes to like documentation. So one way I have been showing gratitude is taking initiative. So like for example, in my work department, there's three of us, and any of us can log in the outgoing documents every morning. So much information, sorry, but just sharing like an example, right? So I would take initiative in getting those documents, before them, and since we do go out for documenting, like documentation, I would offer to drive for them. Yeah, that's how I show my gratitude to my friends, my coworkers, my classmates before. But that's how. Yeah.
Yeah, I can account for what Ate Krisha was sharing because we do talk often and we message each other often. And like just like what she said is like asking the updates of, oh, how's this job going, or things like that. Did you get the interview for this job? And it's also the same as you doing the same thing back, like update them about like, oh, remember I told you about I applied for this job, I got, you tell them like, oh, I got the job, or I got an interview. And then also, if they helped you in some way, you can just say as simple as like, oh, thank you for recommending this job for me, or thank you for helping me look for this job. And it also depends on what you're doing, or I guess also on the type of person you are. So you can be like, if you prefer like acts of service, right? You see them doing something, so you help them out, and then they, just to kind of like lift that weight off their shoulders a little bit. But it really all depends. And then like another thing can be like celebrating milestones, like even just like small wins, as they say. So again, like, oh, you got an interview at this job, like let's celebrate that. Or even another thing like quality time, if you haven't seen or talked to each other in a long time, like, oh, like let's meet up and catch up. I think that's another way of expressing gratitude to your friends or to your loved ones, to anyone. And of course, like, it depends on the type of person you are and what they do for you, right? So like as we continue to talk about gratitude, like what can you say that, or like what are some ways that we can teach gratitude to those around us, like our friends and family, for example. Like let's ask at the end, like how can we teach gratitude to those around us?
I think for me, one of the most important things is to always be empathetic. I feel like being empathetic towards each other can really be contagious, and it could also pass on to like other people that you meet. So I think that's an important thing. And another way is to be also grateful for the little things in life, because unlike what you guys mentioned, it can really change the outlook that you have and your perspective, and it can make all the difference throughout the day. And there's also actually something that me and my sister actually do. This is something that we learned from someone that we're inspired by. But at the end of every day, no matter how bad or how good it was, we write down a list of three things that we're grateful for that happened during the day, or something good that happened, no matter how small or big it is. I think that makes all the more the difference of like just going to sleep happier than you were if you had a bad day. So I think that's something that I do as like a technique to like practice gratitude, even for my friends too.
Yeah, I think that's it also works because you're together. So you kind of you work together in building that, and expressing that, not just to each other, but of course also those who you live with at home, so also your
Mm-hmm.
parents. But
Yes.
like let's also ask, like from a different perspective, I guess, of like Ate Krisha, how can you teach gratitude to those around you? Like, it doesn't have to just be family and friends. Maybe you can also share, like, as a teacher, right? As someone who is in the education field, like how do you think you can teach this, or teach others to practice this?
So it's not exactly a different perspective because I totally agree with at the end. Action does speak so much louder than words, right? And so I think the best way to teach gratitude is naturally doing it, like having empathy for others. And so when you're doing it, it's you do it to others and being consistent with it. And of course, you do need to be mindful because others may take advantage. But again, action speaks louder than words. Um, so an example would be like my family. Sorry, examples of my family is the big example. It's what we've been really consistent with. Is like, for example, my mom is the one who is the first one to wake up in the family. She cooks, make sure the dogs go out to use the restroom, and then at night, I'm the last one to stay up, to secure the kitchen, the house, basically, and making sure the dogs use the restroom. So that's how we show gratitude towards each other. And in regards to teaching gratitude, I feel like it starts within you. Like you have to show gratitude towards like yourselves, ourselves. But the first thing to do that, or the first step to do that, is to realize what you have, like what Ate Anne said. Like um, you have to recognize like the blessings, either big or small, and you actually have to be grateful. Our almighty God blessed us with you with those. And then I think from there, that's when you start to appreciate yourself, and that's how you can effectively teach, others, your loved ones, about gratitude.
Yeah, I agree also, like what you said, where it starts with you, right? And then it reflects to also those in your household. And then, as like let me try to tie it into, because we're also, all of us here are CWS officers, right? So, we can also teach this to, the CWS, the Children's Worship Service, or the younger ones, the kids. And, we express it by, we also do it ourselves. So if we tell the kids, like, oh, you have to use like your inside voice, you have to be nice, you have to use kind words, you know even if we tell them that, we also have to do it, because it also reflects from us. So it's like, if we see that another officer helps us, and the kids see that, we say, oh, thank you so much, sister, thank you so much, brother, for doing this for me, or for helping me. If the kids see that, that will also reflect onto them, and they'll be like, oh, like my ate or kuya or sister Krisha and sister Anne, they're so kind to the other officers, and I also want to be kind. So, it just, that's what sets the tone for others, right? We start with ourselves, and then we do it to others, and then it will just, it's like a cycle, right? And that's what we want to be able to teach, like, just to like our friends and family, and most especially to those who are younger than us, as those who are us as CWS officers. So, like, there's many different ways to teach and practice that, but of course, like what Ate Krisha said, it always starts with ourself, you know so, like, as we continue on with this, and so we talked about ways that we share gratitude or show our gratitude, and then how we can teach others, or reflect it off of others. Now we want to talk about, why do you think this is important? Why do you like, at the Krisha, let's ask you, like, why do you think it's so important to express gratitude?
So for me, I think it's important to express gratitude because it can make a positive difference in someone's perspective of his or her life. We all have our challenges. We all have certain responsibilities, but just a single compliment, a single, or like a simple written note, like to just put there on your table, have a good day, I love you, or basically act of service, like what you mentioned, Sister Randy. It can make a difference, like within that person. Like that person will just instantly forget their own challenges. It actually can motivate someone. And as members of the Church of Christ, I think, or I believe, it will strengthen our, brotherhood and our faith. So that's why I believe expressing gratitude is very important.
Yes, I agree, like, wholeheartedly. And because it also, um it promotes like a positive mindset, like for yourself, and also, again, like those around you, right? And I feel like when you express gratitude, and you do that, you're showing that to others, it shows that you value and appreciate them, and you also benefit a lot for yourself, and also for them. And often, it more often inspires others to do the same. So just like what we were sharing earlier about how reflecting it from us as CWS officers to the kids. And I feel, gratitude can also encourage you to be more mindful and appreciate a lot of things. Um, and it helps you find that, um, like especially in challenging times, right? I think it helps you find that silver lining, and you appreciate the support system you have. So it makes it so much easier to deal with what you have to deal with. And it also, at least, like, for me, this it just reminds me that we're connected, and that plays a significant role in our well-being. So that fosters like a lot of humility and a deeper appreciation of those around us. So you become more grateful. And like, again, and I think, like, just to tie it all together, it's like you treat others how you want to be treated, right? So, if you are showing gratitude to others, it is more than likely they will also show it to you, which is only fair. So, like, there's just so many things that, we can show our gratitude. But, I also wanted to ask at the end, like, why do you think it's so important that we share our gratitude?
I agree with what you said and with what Sister Krisha said. It's right that gratitude really it starts within ourselves, and when we have that present within ourselves, then we pass it on even to strangers. When you give a compliment to a stranger, it's like you don't know how much that compliment is gonna make like their whole day, or like just showing gratitude to people that you don't even know. It really does so much for someone. Like it could even boost up their whole mood for the whole entire day. And I think also it's important because um, I don't know if you guys noticed that like as we grow up, we feel more like grateful, especially when we go through trials and hard times in life. It makes us appreciate all the other things that come, like the little things in life and all the good things that come by. And I think as we grow older, we really see how good God is in our everyday lives. So no matter what situation we're in, and I think that's like one of the most important things and the fundamental things to learn in life, to always be grateful, because that could be like the foundation of our faith as members inside the Church of Christ.
Yeah, and I like how you shared that, like, you just like a little compliment can make their day. It's like, what's that thing that they say about like food? Like a little goes a long way. Like that's
Yes.
what they say, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
you're like basically inspiring acts of kindness, and then it creates that cycle of
Mm-hmm.
generosity or gratitude. Because when
Yeah.
you're expressing gratitude, you often inspire others to also act kindly, and then
Mm-hmm.
they pay it forward, basically, and then it creates that ripple effect, amongst others, because it keeps going down the line, because they see it from you, then when they do it, someone else sees them do it. So, I agree. I like that. I like this conversation that we had about like expressing our gratitude and why it's so important. And I wish that we can, you know really like talk about it more, right? But our time is just so limited here. But we can always talk about it, in our upcoming broadcasts. But before we, continue with the rest of our segments, we wanted to ask Sister Jillian, is there any YouTube comments that you see that you can read for us?
Yes, Sister Andy. So first off, we have Sister Erin Villegas saying, "Good evening po to our District Minister, Brother Joven Supilio Jr. and family po. And to our Assistant District Minister, Brother Julius Malabanan and family po. Hashtag Garapan, hashtag Buklod." And next up, we have Brother Roger Villegas answering our our discussion questions, saying how gratitude shows the Lord we treasure every blessings He give. And next up, we have Sister Jade Pasha hashtagging hashtag Saipan and hashtag CWS. We have Sister Michelle Malabanan saying a simple thank you goes a long way po. Hashtag Micronesia, hashtag Saipan. And we have Brother Matt Lewis Pasha hashtagging hashtag Saipan, hashtag TSP, hashtag Binghi. And next up, we have Sister Jade Pasha again answering our question, saying, Ways that I show gratitude to others is really just saying a simple thank you to them, even if I did a small if even if they did a small favor. I also show gratitude by trying to give help with things as much as I can. And next up, we have Brother Sean Pierce saying, best way to show gratitude is by buying food. I agree with Brother Sean. And next up, we have Brother Matt Louis Pasha again saying, some ways I show my gratitude is by going up to someone and immediately bow and hold their hand as a sign of gratitude. It may seem strange, but it's okay for Brother Matt. It really shows that you respect that person po by bowing to them. And next up, we have Sister Catlea MF de Guzman saying, hello, INC Radio Micronesia. Greetings from New Jersey. Hello po, Sister Kat. Hello po. Greetings po from the island, from the district of Micronesia to the district of New Jersey. And lastly, we have Sister Jade Pasha saying again, I agree po with Ate Krisha and Ate Randy. Gratitude can be shown with a simple thank you or even with simple achievements. Thanks a lot for sharing your thoughts and your greetings through the comment section. Your answers really help highlight how important it is to show gratitude to our loved ones. And it's really awesome to see how different people express their gratitude to someone. So we all appreciate your comments. Back to you, Sister Randy.
Thank you, Sister Jillian, and thank you to everyone who joined us in our discussion there in our YouTube live chat. We hope that you continue to send your greetings and your shout outs. But before we continue on with that, we want to have our Ate Ann tell us some of our previous and upcoming activities.
Yes, thank you, Sister Randy, and thank you to everyone for engaging with us in the YouTube comments. Now let's see what our district has been up to in our CFO in action.
CFO in action.
So for this week, our district recently had a Haligi film showing on August 31st, where the brethren were able to be inspired by the stories of faith that were showcased in this film. And there was also a Unity Games for week number 2 for the island of Saipan, where the brethren were able to play various sports to help amplify their faith as well. So we hope all the brethren were able to enjoy those activities. Now, coming up next in Micronesia's lineup, we have Unity Games for Guam and Saipan. For Guam, it will be at 2 p.m. in Sinahania, and for Saipan, it'll be at 12 at MHS. So we hope everyone is looking forward to this week's activities. Now let's move on with our birthday greetings and shout outs. So I want to give a little shout out first to Sister Krisha because she just got engaged recently this week. So everyone please say congratulations to her and brother Mafi. Now I want to ask Sister Krisha if you have any shout outs that you want to give out. This is your time.
So I would like to say a special shout out to my family, Mafi, of course, his family, and my other loved ones, online and person as well. You know who you are. It has been a roller coaster of emotions and everything they've done. Every comment that I saw, I'm very grateful for them. But thank you at the end.
Yes, thank you, Sister Krisha, and congratulations again. Now let's move on to our crew members for their shout outs, starting with Sister Randy, if you have any shout outs.
Just wanted to, I'll just read, the birthday shout outs that are here. This evening that we want to start from all of us here on INC Radio Micronesia. We wanted to say a happy birthday to our producer Ate Arlene. Happy birthday, Ate. We hope that you are having fun. You and Kuya Randy are having fun there in Japan. And happy birthday again. And we also wanted to give a happy birthday shout out to some of our CWS here on the island of Guam. First, from the locale of Machanao, Sister Araya Bel Di Matatak celebrates her 6th birthday today. And then Sister Ayesha Abayon celebrates her 8th birthday today. So happy birthday to our CWS here on the island of Guam. And again, congrats to our Ate Krija here. And also thank you for joining us Ate Anne, if you want to read any more greetings or shout outs.
We also, yes, we do have more birthday greetings on September 8th. Happy advanced birthday to the resident minister of the local congregation of Manila, Brother Ron Carlos. And on September 11th, the local San Jose district of Silicon Valley, Brother Nathaniel Gasman. Happy birthday po. So we want to just say happy birthday to everyone, and we hope you all have a wonderful week. Now we want to invite you all to next week's broadcast with Sister Randy.
Thank you again, Ate Anne, and happy birthday to all of those who are celebrating their birthdays or will celebrate their birthday. But now we invite everyone to our broadcast next week, and it will be on Saturday, September 14, 2024 at 10 p.m. Chamorro Standard Time. So we hope that you continue to support us even in our upcoming broadcast. And before we end our show, we want to give our greetings, starting with Ate Anne.
Thank you, Sister Randy. Now, for our end of the show greetings and thank yous, we would like to thank our beloved executive Mr. Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and we would like to say happy 15th anniversary po on your dynamic leadership. We love you so much po, and thank you for all that you do for us po. And continuing on with our greetings with our SEDC President, CEO, and CFO Coordinator, Brother Angelo Aranio Manalo, and our District Minister, Brother Joven Cepilio Jr., and our Assistant District Minister, Brother Julius Malabanan, as well as our CFO Overseer, Brother Daniel Jeffrey Munar, and our District Multimedia Advisor, Brother Roger Villegas Jr. And we do have more greetings with Sister Jill.
Yes, for our very last crew shout out, we want to say thank you to all the crew for their hard work. So first of all, in the island of Saipan, we have Sister Bam Bam, Sister Gwyneth, and Brother Husky, Brother RY, Brother Matt, and Brother Judah. And for the island of Guam, we have Sister Arlene, Sister Randy, Sister Faith, Sister Anne, Sister AB, and Brother Randy, Brother Michael, and Brother Sean. And lastly, our executive producer, Brother Emmanuel and Daya.
Thank you so much, Sister Jillian and Ate Anne, as well as to our guest for this evening, Sister Krija. And before we end our show, we want to say good night to all of our listeners and viewers here in the District of Micronesia. And coming up next is a Washington, D.C. satellite studio. Thank you. See you all next week.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Happy birthday, Ate Arlie.